What's up, players? I shaved. Been not that long, to be honest. Actually, it's only probably been like a week or so. Still not as consistent as I'd like to be, but welcome back. If you're actively watching this, we had a crazy week last week. And by crazy, I mean like almost 50 people watched a video that I uploaded, which is insane. And looks like duration was over a minute. Which again, it's not like, it's not crazy numbers or nothing. And if I'm being honest, it was one of the worst videos that I've recorded, where I'm just like yapping about random shit, which is like what this channel's all about. But it is still insane to me that 46 actual people, and kind of scary, that like 46 actual people listened to what I had to say for at least 30 seconds or so, saw my face, saw me talking, and like kind of know what I'm about ish. Anyways, where are we at with bro? It hasn't even been a minute. Oh, it's been a minute, like 14. Where are we at? Where's the progress? What's going on? Life's been throwing shit at me, like not necessarily in all areas, but like work specifically has been a huge pain in my ass recently. And if you don't know, I, against my will, do car sales. I know. I got into it on accident. I was shooting around job applications to like everywhere, trying to get out of my town as soon as possible, because I grew up in a small town. Nobody wants to do that. And I thought I was doing like marketing advertising thing. Went in for an interview, and then they're like, yeah, we'll take you. And then it ended up kind of being fun. And the only reason I'm still doing it is because the company that I work for, they're really cool people, and they treat customers as like actual people and not a checkbook. Only reason I'm doing it. I think if it was anywhere else, I wouldn't. But with that being said, the economy, it has been rough recently, very rough. I'm gonna blame it on tariffs. I don't know if that's true or not, but when bro, come on, I charge this thing for so long. Please, just, you know what? Do I got the? I'm plugging this in so it stays charged. Where's that? Economy, tariffs. We haven't been getting any inventory, right? So what does that mean for me? That means that nobody's buying shit right now because nobody has money, and that means that there's a lot of pressure on everybody that's related to selling cars, right? And here's how I would kind of operate while doing this. I don't like being annoying. I don't like pressuring people. I don't like making people do shit that they don't want to do, right? So like if somebody, like I worked very, very well off people just rolling up and they're like, hey, we need something. We're having another kid and we want a 3-row now instead of a 2. And I go, boom, facts. Here's this, here's that. What do you want? We want this one. Perfect. I worked really good with that stuff. But what I don't work so well with is calling people off the fucking hook. Yo, do you want to buy the shit? Yo, do you want to buy the shit? Yo, do you want to buy the shit? And when things are running dry and there's not a whole lot going on, there's a lot of pressure from like upper management to like, hey, call these people. I don't like doing that shit. I am strictly here to provide information, and like you'd be surprised how many people have no clue how, I mean, like I didn't when I got into it. Nobody knows how financing works. Nobody knows how much they're actually spending on a car, and they're not thinking about like, oh, just the monthly payment, but you're paying this much in interest and you're paying this much in maintenance costs. These brands are more reliable than other ones, you know. So it's kind of like I enjoy being a resource, and like legitimately like people that are buried in like negative equity situations from somebody else that fucked them over at the last place. I really like being like, hey, these are your options, this is the best course. Like I've even turned down people before because I've been like, yo, honestly, you guys should probably file for bankruptcy. And I had a manager back this up and be like, yo, this is your options here. Like this, it's probably a better idea to do this than try and roll it into something else, right? So again, good people, but with economic pressure comes pressure down to my level, where it's like they want me to sell shit and I'm not selling shit because I don't want to be fucking annoying, right? And I'd still top charts, but that was when things are like flowing a little bit better and I don't have to put pressure on people. I don't like doing that shit. Anyways, sorry, big spiel. But what that kind of leads up to is like I'm getting really close to wanting to quit this shit. I'm really over it, if I'm being honest. It was fun, and I figure sales is one of the things that you need to be able to learn, and you need to know how to work with somebody else and handle objections and like talk to people, right? If I'm going into the world of business. Again, if you don't know, shooting for owning a business, running the shit, doing all the stuff I'm doing now, but in a way that I find good. Anyways, I'm like, yeah, sales is one of the essential skills that I need. That's cool. I'd like to do this for a little bit, and it was great for a little while. But like, now there's no money because nobody's buying shit. Now there's a lot of pressure from upstairs, kind of like make me almost force me to be like fucking annoying salesman, and I again don't like doing that. And I don't know, it's probably something or other. They're switching out some people. It's getting like more corporatized, which I'm not really a fan of. It's a family-owned business, and it was very, you know how they, a lot of like big corporations do the bullshit. We're like, oh yeah, we're one big happy family. Like this is probably the closest thing you could get to like people actually caring about all their other coworkers. Now with it becoming more corporatized and becoming a bigger company, they're kicking out some of the people who've been running the shit for like 10 years, and they're getting replaced by people who are like just there and are good at making money. And like I get it, it's a business, right? But like that makes it not as enjoyable for me and not as fun of a place to be at. And not gonna lie, I'm getting a bunch of like dumbass coworkers too that keep rolling it. Some are pretty cool, but like, I don't know, dude. And the craziest thing, I'm the OG there. I'm the guy that's been there the longest, as far as like my store, Volkswagen, and like the sales staff there. I guess if you're excluding I'm just gonna say Charlie. You don't know who the fuck Charlie is. Nobody's gonna fucking watch us anyways. Yeah, he's been there for forever, but excluding him, because he's like a manager dude, I'm the longest guy there at 19, and that's crazy. Anywho, yeah, I'm this close to quitting, right? The only thing I think that's stopping me and holding me back is I want to hit 2 years. Because if you're going for a loan of any sort, it's not like, it's a pretty big part of getting a loan. It's showing 2 years of, number one, housing, showing that you can keep up with your rent and hold down a place and be a good tenant for 2 years. And number two, employment. If you can't hold down a job for longer than 2 years, then it's kind of like, are you like a trustworthy person, I'm really close. I started in September, almost 2 years ago. So right now, it's like, do I wait it out for like 3 more months or just call it right now? And it makes way more sense to do it for like 2 more months, but I have this big dream. It's like right here, and I want to give everything to it, but it's like, it's just edging me, dude. Because my current working plan is like, I think I'm willing to give everything to this, to the point where like, come the 2 years, regardless on if I have my thing going or not, I'm fully quitting, and I will put myself into huge credit card debt to stay afloat and pay my bills and whatnot until I get this thing off the ground. Like I will go homeless before my big dream of owning a business and achieving my 3 freedoms, financial location, and time freedom, I need those. I'll go fucking homeless before giving up on those. And I think that's a big thing that you should try and implement as well. We'll see if it works or not in my case, but like I'm willing to fucking lose all my shit for this thing that I'm chasing. That's what I keep telling myself anyways, and I think that's true. But it's a little disheartening, or like some other big fancy word, because I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I really don't know what the last piece is, because I've barely started a ton of businesses. I had t-shirts, backpacks, I had these little like drop shipping wallet things, I had a advertising thing, tried like reselling stuff, probably something else. I even thought about, I mean, I never actually did anything with like wholesaling properties, but like every side hustle you can kind of think of, dip my toe in, right? And I've been doing that since I was like 13 or 14, and I've never actually like fully stuck it out. And it is getting harder and harder every single week to just be like, what did I do this week to work towards my goals? And it's always nothing. But what I have kind of realized, kind of from watching back on some of these videos that I've made, is that yeah, there's progress that's been made. It's just not necessarily in the business segment. So if you go back to some of the first videos that I uploaded, actually not even on this channel, it'll be on the main channel, which will be like actual YouTube videos at some point. This is just kind of unedited, me just fucking saying stuff channel. But yeah, if you go all the way back on the main one, you can hear me like probably faking my voice too or something, I don't know. But like it's low, monotone, sad, quiet. Like I think I was just talking like this, like the whole video. I'm just like super sad and depressed, just kind of giving my little spiel, like kind of where I'm at. Anyways, but like from there to here, there's progress that's been made. And I've grown as a person, not in every aspect that I want to, but confidence has gone way up. My, what's it called? Oh yeah, like being depressed shit. That's not a thing anymore. It's like I'm not like sad about my situation. It's more like frustration now, which is like, we're getting over it, but it's not like I go to sleep like fucking crying my eyes out, right? It's just like, fuck, I could have done more, right? And that's about as bad as it gets. So it's like, yeah, we've had mental growth, we've had confidence growth, and then physical, that's kind of what I've been focusing on recently. Not to get weird, but I'm about to take my shirt off, because I am almost, like, I think I'm like 143 right now or something, right? I weighed myself a couple minutes ago, but like, this is kind of how we're looking, right? Hold up. Right, you know, I'm not huge by any means, but this is a huge improvement. Nah, I don't feel like doing that. I was gonna, like, I don't do any fucking editing on this. I was kind of thinking about editing in photos of like kind of how I used to look, but like, I've been made fun of my whole life for like being skinny, and people do this dumb shit to my wrist, the fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was always like, not schizophrenic, but borderline, you know, or anorexic, whatever the word is. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been small, and I hate being small, and like none of my shit ever fit, and fucking I'd buy belts, and after fucking, you know, I wouldn't poke the holes, now I just fucking return it like a normal person and get like a smaller size belt. But like you get the point. It's like I hated that shit, right? And so eating's been very hard for me. Fucking like trying to figure out. It's kind of been more of like a scheduling thing than like being like I don't know how it works for like people who are anorexic or have like eating disorders, but it's more like I'm working and eating's kind of an inconvenience. So like eating's been rough. Working out has actually been pretty easy. It's just like going and staying consistent with it. But like the actual work of being there is like fine. But like that's what I've kind of been working on right now. We got mine fairly sorted we got body on the way. And I guess kind of the third thing that I want to focus on here soon, or like hopefully right now, is financial. So that's kind of where we're at. Very frustrated. I'd like to just do something. It's so hard not knowing your next step. Again, I'm gonna quote this thing that I quote like a billion times, but it's from this book called, I mess up the names every time. It's like The Boy, the Fox, the Horse, and the Mole. Oh my god, I'm not even typing. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Close enough. Anyways, again, quoting this so many times, and it's super cringe, but great passage from in there. Dark forest, boy says to the horse, can't see my way through. Horse says, can you see your next step? Boy says, yes, and so the horse says, then just take that. Great advice, and I'd like to just do that, and I've been doing that to a degree. I think it's just time for like a big leap, right? I've tried taking a lot of small steps. I just need to take a big jump towards one direction or not. Because if I take a jump in one direction and it's the completely wrong direction, perfect. Now I know which way to go instead of just standing where I've been at for a long time in this one area, right? Yeah. So, specifics. Again, sorry if this is super boring. This is my yapping channel. If you want to see actual shit, I'll maybe post on there eventually, like I keep saying I will. Anyways, working plan. What do we got? Main channel. My main goal is to blow up and act like sorry, but I'm like, it's a lot. That was fucking cringe. Anyways, damn, that was fucking really cringe. Anyways, main I can't even say this shit now. My main goal with YouTube, I like yapping and just talking to the camera. This is a lot more natural. But I would like to make like actual informative videos where it's like, these are like, I want to make like actually engaging stuff that people like watching, because I feel like to learn something, and that's my goal. I'm not in like a glorified like, you know, oh, I want to be, because you know some people kind of get off to like, you know, being like, oh yeah, I'm the teacher that taught this person everything. Not in that sense, but like I really do want people to like find a better path and kind of figure out like who they are, who they want to be, and like how to get there, right? And I want that to be accessible for free on my YouTube. But how people learn is different for everybody, but I know the way that I learn is watching fun, engaging stuff. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't watch myself talk about this shit because it's boring. So I mean, like, I feel like if I actually put time and effort into like actually making videos on the main channel, that's what's really gonna help people. And if you want to do like a deep dive into my personal life, welcome, you're here. So that's just been a big thing, and I think the reason that I'm kind of hesitant about it is like pre-imposter syndrome, because truth is, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, if you watched a couple of these videos, you know that like I'm just saying shit, right? And this is my current experience, and the truth is that things are gonna change, and I'm gonna think completely differently from now, and I'm gonna look back in a year, 2 years, whatever it is, and just be like, damn, I was low-key kind of stupid when I said that. I'm looking back now on 3 years ago when I kind of uploaded first videos, and like, I almost laugh at myself because it's like, how can you be so stupid? Like, it's, your mental frame is like all wrong. Like, why are you know, you look like an idiot, right? And so I think I'm having kind of like pre-imposter syndrome, where it's, I know I'm not an expert on this, and I don't want to be like putting onto the internet stuff that might not be like true or actually helpful. Like, I don't want to, you live your own life, right? And I don't want to be the guy who says, hey, do these 3 things and you'll have a great life, you know, like, because that may not be right. That may be different for you. So I think that's one of the main things that's kind of holding me up is pre-imposter syndrome. Number two is knowing how long that shit takes to edit, and number three is ideas. I have a bunch of like kind of rough ideas, and I keep running into the same thing of like, oh, well, how do you know this is right? Because it might have worked for you, but it's not going to work for other people. I don't know. So that's YouTube. And then the business side of things, just as messy. I still like, I have such a rough framework for like this personal branding thing, and like I still don't know if I even 100% believe in it, which is like a terrible thing to do when you're starting a business. Like the number one thing that keeps people going with their businesses is like 100% belief in it. And it's like, oh yeah, even on those hard days, you're pushing for this big goal of making this thing you really believe in shine, you know. And it's like there's a ton of impasses, and I have a ton of objections for myself on why this won't work, right? Because there's only this small chance that it will, and then a bunch of stuff where it doesn't, right? Basically, rundown is, again, sorry, super boring, just talking about shit. Basic rundown is that I want to do something related to personal branding. What does that mean? Personal branding is you, how you present yourself, what you stand for, like all the things that make you you, and you already have a personal brand. Because every time somebody says your name, or hears your name, or hears something about you, or hears something that reminds them of you, or sees something that looks like you, or something related to you, a person will get specific feelings and specific emotions, and like there's a certain thought that pops into their head when your name comes up. I guess my goal is to kind of figure out, not for me, but I want you to figure out who you are, what your values are, what your core beliefs are, and how can you portray that so that other people can see what you stand for, and then have that be like kind of the foundation for your business, right? And so personal branding is, in my opinion, something that's more likely to be a thing in coming years with, number one, there's so many influencers out there, and everybody's becoming known for being the guy for this, the guy for that. You have so many videos about the guy with the electrical, or maybe it's not electrical outlets, the guy with the like faucets out in the, I don't know, I don't really watch that shit. It's like, yeah, right on, found this fucking faucet in the middle. If you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I sound insane. Or like, now I'm saying this, I can't think of any examples. Or like The Rock with Terramana, or Hawk Tuah Girl, It's like everybody is kind of their own little influencer for their specific thing. And with the rise in AI and automation, all this sort of stuff, things are getting more towards being creative versus being engineered. Like, it's more about the person than it is the exact product. You buy Ryan Trahan's Joyride not because of the health benefits to it or whatever, or like, the candy. He claimed it's probably true. It's probably a little bit better for you than actual candy, but you buy it because of Ryan Trahan. And same with Prime. It's like if you just saw that pop up on the shelf, there are a million other brands that are similar to it, but you buy it because connection to Logan Paul. Same with Feastables. Same with whoever other person is selling something. It's because it's tied to them and their values, and you believe in them, so therefore you're gonna believe in their product. Anyways, my job is, again, I haven't figured this out even, but somehow tying your personal brand, yourself, your values, to your business. I don't know what frame to take that in. I don't really know if I want to do coaching because I don't really know that much about it, and I hate all the fake course advertisement stuff on YouTube. I don't know if I want to do branding templates where it's like, oh yeah, cookie cutter this and that for your social media where you can post what you want, or I don't know if I want it to be, there's a million different things, and it's kind of I don't even know if I fully want to run with this, but it's just a lot of hesitation, we're figuring stuff out. So yeah, that's kind of my basic rundown for the week. I'm under immense amounts of stress, but it's cool. Probably quit my job here soon. I really want to hold out till September, but we'll see. But yeah, business, YouTube, you already know. Tomorrow's my off day. I'm still going into work. Yeah. Anyways, that's where we're at. I hope you gained any sort of value from this at all. That'd be really cool. If not, tell me to go screw myself in the comments, or don't. I don't really care. Anyway, oh, side note, somebody remixed a video, which I don't even know what that means. But somebody like made like an edit of like one of the videos that I made, which is I don't even know what to think about that. It's like that's super weird. Like somebody took something I made and like re-uploaded it. Total side note. But like yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I keep saying shit, but have a good night. We'll figure something out eventually here. And it's 1:14. Damn. Okay. Good night.